Today, people are talking about spirituality and philosophy as if they're the same. Spirituality is a science which is not concocted by you, but philosophy is something that you concoct, something that you make up in your mind. If we interview every one of you, each one of you have your own kind of philosophy. There is nobody who is not a philosopher on the planet, do you know this? There is nobody on the planet who is not a philosopher. Everybody has his own philosophy. You ask anybody, they have their own philosophy. You meet a great philosopher, of course he has a very elaborate philosophy. You meet a petty criminal, he has his own philosophy. You talk to your servant maid and see, she has her own philosophy. Is it so? You just talk to the beggar on the street, actually he has his own philosophy. So philosophy is something that you concoct to create a certain psychological comfort and a feeling of knowing which is not true. Spirituality is not something that you concoct, it is something that you explore. If you want to explore these dimensions, the only and only way is to enhance your perception. Without having necessary methods to enhance your perception, if you approach it, definitely it looks like a dead end. Now, when you say spirituality, you're talking about something that you're unable to perceive through the five senses. You're talking about a dimension which is beyond the physical. And the five senses, the very way they are made, they can perceive only that which is physical. Anything that is not physical, you cannot see it, you cannot smell it, you cannot taste it, you cannot hear it, nor can you touch it. So if your perception is limited to five senses, naturally the play of your life and the scope of your life will be only physical. But I talk to God every day, that is also physical. Because God is just an idea for most people, it's not a living reality. No, I feel it in my heart. What you feel in your heart is your emotion, which is also made up by you. The psychological and the emotional states, whatever you go through, can be made up by you right now. Isn't it so? Right now you can close your eyes and generate deep sense of love towards somebody. Right now you can close your eyes or maybe open your eyes and look at somebody here and generate a deep sense of hatred towards somebody. You can create whatever you want in your mind. And the way you think is the way you feel. So what is happening in the psychological sphere of your life has nothing to do with the spiritual. Today, unfortunately, the psychological solace is being interpreted as spiritual. To be psychologically in a pleasant state is one of the side effects of spirituality, but it is not spirituality. If you are in a certain inner state, to have a pleasant state of mind is very natural. But to have a pleasant state of mind is not spiritual. If you go and watch the sunset in the evening, maybe you will feel wonderful within yourself. If you eat an ice cream, you may feel wonderful. It doesn't matter. You go and watch a cinema, you may feel wonderful. Is this spiritual? No. You are just creating a pleasant psychological state. Psychological status, whether it is coming out in the form of thought or emotion, is fundamentally all yours. You can make anything out of it. What you call as the physical is not all yours. There are many forces playing upon it. What you call as the spiritual is not at all yours. It is you, but it is not yours. But what you call as the psychological is all yours. You can make it whichever way you want. But right now, because people have no even control over their psychological, that has become the biggest problem. When you say spirituality, immediately people will add a rejoinder, peace of mind. Peace of mind is not spirituality. Please just, if you have a pet at home, let's say if you have a dog at home, just go home and see, he sits there quite peacefully. Doesn't he? Do you see the bulls that are standing in Delhi streets? They're standing quite peacefully, aren't they? Stomach is full, they're all peaceful.